Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So I'll be reviewing today's price action, and I personally took a trade and it was a break-even trade, and so I'll be going through my overall look on the market today. So starting with the news calendar. Sorry, I didn't have it up, but we didn't have any news today. So first volatility injection will be at 9:30 in the morning. So I'll be looking for setup starting at around 9. Um, Now, going to the analysis side of things. When we go to the monthly chart, this is quite a higher time frame, but it can give us kind of like an idea of where price is going in the long term. We can see that we have this previous year high SMT, YM and ES took it out, but NQ failed to, and then now with that previous month close, we got a change in the state of delivery right here. And also we're in this bullish leg in price at a premium, and we took out external range liquidity. So we took out external range liquidity, we got an SMT on the highs, so we could look for internal range liquidity in the form of this fair value gap. So with this downwards price action we're seeing, we could see us revisit this gap. So that's entirely possible. Going to the weekly, we have still this previous quarter high SMT and change in state of delivery. Also these bearish reactions to the opening price of the order block. So I'm still expecting price to come down to this previous quarter low. Daily chart, still bearish. This is kind of the same view I've had for a while, but it's overall an internal range liquidity to external range liquidity type play. So yeah, with the target being this swing low. Also, this swing low is a relative equal, but I'm mostly looking at this red one. So the higher time frames are pointing quite clearly to more bearish price action. And then when we go to our intermediate term time frame, the 90-minute, yesterday we ended up forming a previous day high SMT. That's why in this current day, we didn't have a previous day high SMT. We just had all assets close below previous day low, which is also a good sign to look for more bearish price action. But yesterday we ended up forming that previous day high SMT, and we got that change in state of delivery on all three assets, as you can see with the red line and the change in state of delivery. So yeah, unfortunately the expensive move to the downside happened overnight. So when I got to my charts, this is now the new leg in price, and that final ERL target on the daily was just right here. We did take out liquidity on the way down, and then before the session opened, we were tapping into a fair value gap. So I was expecting an IRL to ERL move here from this fair value gap. I would be looking for bearish SMTs to take to this liquidity target. I do know that this fair value gap is not in a discount, but normally when the intermediate time frame aligns with the higher time frame, we don't always get those really those nice deep retracements before continuing lower. Sometimes we get shallower retracements before price eventually continues to drop. So overall, everything was kind of pointing bearish, and I was just on the lookout for any lower time frame SMTs on the 15-minute or 5-minute. Here on the 15-minute chart, we didn't have any previous session high SMT. We just had a previous session low SMT, but I'm not paying attention to that because it doesn't fit my bearish narrative. And then this is just some volume profiles. We can see that the point of control of these few days have been steady lowering, so that is also a decent telltale sign that we could see lower prices. And then when we go to the 5-minute chart, we saw that we had an SMT on the highs. ES and YM didn't take out previous 90-minute high, but NQ did, so that's an SMT. We also have a previous 90-minute low SMT, but I wasn't paying attention to that because I'm bearish today. So we got that SMT, and then when we got this change in state of delivery, I entered short and I targeted external range liquidity. This is a very clean trade. However, one thing to keep in mind is that we did move 2% overnight, which is a really big move. And this stop loss I had here was like 150 points. So I may be asking a little bit too much from the market, but it was a valid setup, so I just chose to enter anyway. And then I can kind of show my updates. Price was just chopping around for a while in the trade, but if you can see here, it was always respecting that order block's opening price of the entry that I based off. So price was always kind of like respecting it, hitting it, going down, hitting it, going down, hitting it, going down, and then we eventually got a little push lower. When we had that 5-minute closure below these lows, I brought my stop up to here, which, you know, cut risk significantly. And then this right here, the swing low, is the 90-minute range low, the ERL of the 90-minute. So when we hit that, I brought my stops to break even. And why is that? Because also we invalidated at this time the SMT on the 5-minute lows here, and also we closed below previous session low. So all SMTs on the lows were invalidated, and I would like to see kind of a nice acceleration towards that ERL target. So I brought my stops to break even, and then I'll show the trade now. So yeah, I brought my stops to break even. Why is this being weird? Okay, so this was the trade. When price closed here, that was the invalidation of the SMTs on the lows on the 15-minute. And as you can see, I brought stops to break even, got tagged out at break even right here, and then price just continued to push higher. So, and we preserved this external range liquidity target for yet another day, I guess. So overall, looking at the day's price action, we didn't deliver from this fair value gap to this final target like I was expecting, but we did go from this fair value gap to the low of the 90-minute range when I brought it to break even, and then price kind of reversed from here. But this is still the range I'm looking at. We're now at a discount of the range, so going into tomorrow, we'll see if we can get any SMTs on the highs and look for that lower target. Overall, I'm pretty happy with today. I think that the trade management and bringing stops to break even was done at a really good time. There was a time that I would probably have my stops still up here, and I would have been tagged out for a loss. But due to kind of the market conditions and evaluating price and being objective, I saw it fine to bring stops to break even, as I didn't want to see price reverse on me like this. And I think this was a really good day. Even though it wasn't a winning day, I think it was a winning day in terms of habits and good performance. So that's all you can hope for. Alright, hope this was insightful. I think I covered everything. I'll go over. This is the funded account that I still have alive somehow. It was just a $3 loss, and then I got the break even was actually $23 loss on my FTMO account, which was, fees and spread. But that's it. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.